My husband is calling me racist for not letting his mom hit our son. I'm 30 female and my husband is 29. We have a 3-year-old son. He is from South America. I'll call him Juan. He came to my country as an immigrant and can now stay permanently if he wants to. I've only met my Mill in person on the day of our wedding, and she seemed like a nice old Latin lady. I'll call her Maria. She recently came to the country for a few weeks. Juan invited her so she could meet our son and see the wonders of our country like gray skies and old buildings and old people. She absolutely loved our son and was so happy to see him and play with him. Everything went well, but one day I left him with her for a moment while Juan and I went shopping for dinner. We were out for less than half an hour, and when we came back our son was crying and came running to me as soon as he saw me come through the door. I asked Maria what had happened and she said he was misbehaving, so I hit him with a spoon and he started to cry. I couldn't believe what she had said, so I asked her to repeat it and she did, saying it as if she was proud of it. I asked her why she was so proud of hitting my son. She said she only hit him once, as if that was better. This started an argument. She said that children need to be hit once in a while or they'll become delinquents. She said that all her children were regularly hit with spoons or sandals and they all turned out fine. I couldn't stand it, so I told her to get out. She could stay in a hotel that wouldn't let her near my son again. She was so angry and started insulting me in Spanish, which I only half understood. It took me 3 hours to get her out of the house. Then I continued to argue with Juan because he said nothing the whole time. He said he didn't like it, but it was true that they turned out well. I said corporal punishment is never okay, but that made him angry. He said I challenge you to find a single mama Latina who has never hit her children. Not even once, but that's the way we were brought up because otherwise we would have become weak men. And then he went on to say that I was suggesting that an entire culture of millions of people had been brought up wrong. And that was racist. That is the short version, because we ended up arguing most of the night. I didn't let Maria see our son until I went back to her country, and Juan went to sleep with a friend. All my friends put it down to culture shock and that I'm crazy to die on that hill, and Juan is still very angry with me. Edit, thanks all for your support. Thanks for clarifying it isn't a cultural thing. Yes, there are older people in my own country who still defend corporal punishment, but him inciting that this is a cultural thing and therefore shouldn't criticized it was bullocks. I try to contact him to talk, but he keeps leaving me on read while uploading stories at a pub at the same time. I'm furious honestly, but I'll see what I can do. Update. Hi everyone. It's been a while. I had forgotten about this account, but I was cleaning this computer before selling it and I was still logged in. So, on my last post, my Mill came in to visit our country. Mill and my husband Juan are from South America. We left her alone with the baby for a moment, only to find out she had hit him because he was behaving like a baby. My husband defended her and called me racist because according to him, every Latin American parent hits their kids and it's okay, but it's not okay with me at all. So, the situation kept going on for a while. This became a huge issue in our marriage, and then Juan confessed that he had also hit our son when I wasn't home. He believes that is the only way to discipline a child and that gentle parenting doesn't work. That was it for me. The problems got bigger and bigger while he kept insisting that this way of parenting of the reason why Latin Americans are more resilient than northern countries, and that people in here are too soft and sensitive. We started fighting every single day, and then I just asked for a divorce. After that he became so verbally violent that now we communicate through lawyers only. I have plenty of evidence of him confessing to hitting our son, while he in his testimonies confirms it but says is not that serious. This is stressful and I'm not doing well, so I have to sell a few things to pay for bills and debts. I'm going for full custody while he is doing the same, claiming that I'm an unfit mother for not teaching our son discipline. Well, enough of my drama. I have to go and do something else. Thanks everyone. Edit. I wasn't expecting so many people to read this, but wow, thanks everyone. To be clear, my husband wasn't beating our son in a way that could put his life in danger, but for example, wrapping a spoon in clothes so when it hits, still hurts but leaves no marks on the skin. He described this to me as a way to make me see that is not that serious but is still unacceptable. This is not an attempt to make Latin people look like abusive parents, but Juan really thinks that because growing up he normalized it, he really thinks that everybody does it, and the people who wasn't raised that way are weak. And yes, we had talked about how to raise our child, but I always thought that not hitting them ever was obvious. I'm not sure when I might update with something important. I don't even have a court date yet, so it will take a while, but I'll be reading your comments. Edit 2. Thanks for all of your support, but I can't keep reading your stories of child abuse. I'm so sorry. I'm glad the majority of you are doing better now, but I just can't keep reading them. It's actually making me feel so bad. That's the downside of having empathy. Sorry.